Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the annual Yuletide Boxing Ball! In this corner we have Matthew Broderick, and in the opposing corner we have deVito, and in the third corner, with a surprise guest, a tag team of 5, the Swashbuckling contour Regiment Musketeers, and in the fourth corner, the special guest Dejimon 11. Now, let's get ready to deck the halls!
Oh my gosh, this is a boxing movie.
You know what? With a name like Deck the Halls, you'd think this could have been a cool Christmas boxing movie. But nah. This is a Fox movie, which means Disney technically owned this movie.
Apparently, I checked before with Vives, it's not on Disney Plus, probably because of previous deals on Netflix and Amazon Prime.
But Jova, we don't. We've already got a Christmas boxing movie. We've got Rocky that came out in December.
Oh, that's a Christmas movie, or it just came out in December.
In December, yeah.
Yeah, technically, yeah, I guess.
Interesting to know. But, so, this is Deck the Halls. It's a Christmas movie, a special one, directed by...
I don't know anything about this one.
Same.
Directed by John Whitesell, and written by Matt Corman, Chris Ord, and Dawn Reimer. Starring, like I mentioned, Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick, along with Kristen Davis and Kristen Chenoweth. So
Kristen Chenoweth she was in the Peanuts movie, wasn't she?
I think so, yeah.
So, without further ado, since nobody else seems to know about this movie, let's just step right in to open up the Christmas present that is Deck the Halls. Everybody on the logo and ready? At the Fox logo particular. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, click. So when is Disney gonna add this to Disney Plus?
What is even this about?
The movie's on Netflix right now, Jova, so most likely they have to wait for that deal to expire before...
Remind me again, because we might actually have, and I forgot about it, but is this technically the first thing with Matthew Broderick we were ever commenting on?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Oh my god.
Wait, did we do Godzilla 1998?
No, we haven't.
Okay, in that case, yeah, I guess it is.
We tried once The Lion King, but we couldn't finish it.
That bad?
Well, no, complications back then.
No, it's not that. It was just because it was back when we had trouble because Skype was a piece of shit.
Like how me and my friends tried to do Billy and Mandy and it didn't work.
And we start with almost a close-up of Matthew Broderick. Magnificent.
Yep.
Look, I'm sure he's a perfectly nice person, but I just cannot stand him as an actor.
Here's the thing. It's not so much that he's unstandable. It's more so the fact that his act. Okay, let me put it this way: he can be okay, but he really needs to be in a really great movie with a great script. Because most of the time, because like in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, he's fine in that. But the thing is, most of the time, when he's in terrible movies like the Inspector Gadget movie, like when he's given a terrible script, that's where his weaknesses start to show. Because let me put it this way: there are actors who can elevate bad material. Actors who are so good that even when they're put in a bad movie, they can still deliver a compelling performance. Matthew Broderick is not on that level. He requires a good script to really do well.
Let me put it like this. I feel like Matthew Broderick can absolutely turn in a good performance. Like, the guy's a Broadway actor, for crying out loud. It's just that he needs to be, like Pedro said, under the right amount of circumstances. He was great in Lion King. He was outstanding in The Producers. But then you get stuff like...
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah. But then you get stuff like Inspector Gadget or Godzilla in 1998, where he is just somehow consistently out of his element.
Was this a direct-to-video movie, or did it go to theatrical release? because I check a bit, the director John Whitesell does have a couple of credits for TV stuff like Law and Order, but his filmography is bad. The only two movies that I recognize are part of a Big Mama series.
Funnily enough,
I like those movies.
okay.
The first two, anyway.
Funnily enough, Gio, there is actually a direct-to-television Christmas film called Deck the Halls that was released in 2005, whereas this movie was released in 2006.
I literally had to put the 2006 title, got it. Also, the music, as the credit said, is George S. Clinton, which also... Wait, he was the composer for the first Mortal Kombat movie?
Yep.
Is this the guy who made the Mortal Kombat song?
Yes.
Tio,
Actually,
actually, I could also say the composer is the same as well, George S. Clinton.
No, I just what I just said, Weebs.
I've been talking about the
okay.
producer.
Okay,
No,
the song
no.
itself was performed by the Immortals, but yeah, maybe it was composed by him. Well, yeah, in that case, awesome.
Also,
yeah.
what producers do there are free credited and free uncredited?
Here's the thing, like for example, in terms of comedy, when it comes to comedy, Matthew's specialty is straightforward comedy in the sense that, like, for example, let's look at Ferris Bueller's Day Off. His comedy in that movie was that he was completely full of himself, and everybody else had to react to that in the movie.
Wait, is this Forrest?
Oh,
Is this what? Sorry?
Wait, you said Forrest Bueller's Day Off. It's like,
Ferris
is that him?
Bueller's Day Off. Yeah, that's Matthew Broderick.
also, you're eating salad along with your pizza? What?
You haven't watched many of his You haven't watched many of his movies, have you, Dej?
Tio, that's very common in the UK.
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
I don't mind the idea of having a side with the pizza, but it's so uncommon.
I mean,
Pizza usually is reserved as like a unique dish here.
It's incredibly common here.
I had lasagna. I had lasagna with salad today.
Real quick.
Also, is that maybe from the Arrested Development series?
Okay, let me check the rest of the cast as well.
It's been so long since I've seen that show.
Christine Davies.
Oh yeah,
Christine...
yeah, it is. Aaliyah Shawkat. That's maybe Funke from the Arrested Development series.
Cool then.
Okay, so go on, Pedro.
But yeah, no. Yeah, on Ferris Bueller, it works fine. However, the reason it worked terrible in Andy Inspector Gadget is because it's cartoony, wacky comedy, and that's not his strength at all. There's also another movie that I could mention, but go on.
The Cable Guy?
Oh yeah, in Cable Guy, where he's the straight man to Jim Carrey's crazy man. See, he can also work fine as a straight man, because being the straight man doesn't demand that much from you as an actor. You just have to stay there and react to the other actor.
And with Jim Carrey doing all the heavy lifting.
Man, this is some poor exposition. So, again, I had to ask, in a general sense, what is this movie about?
Well, this movie is about Christmas and battling the over-commercialization of Christmas.
Oh, man, it's your generic direct-to-TV Christmas movie.
Well, I wish you could say it's just that, but it's something more.
Budget 51 million, grossing 46.8.
Does it at the very least do a better job than Jingle All the Way?
You know what? I'm gonna wait till we get to a certain point of the movie to elaborate on my answer.
Sure.
To that. God damn it! Don't you just hate when you get cockblocked by new neighbors moving in?
And this is why you have the extra reinforcement, on your windows. Those also help, muffle the sound.
Jova.
Yes.
If it's all right with you, I'd like to mention the people who had an amazing time working on this movie.
Wait, hold on. I want to wait until we get to a certain point on that, because the movie has not yet shown its true colors yet. But when it comes...
see lots of white.
Mind, the answer to that should become pretty obvious as stuff goes on anyway.
Hey, Daddy DeVito, how do you got tangled into this?
So now Matthew Broderick is interacting with yet another Batman villain.
Did It's Always Sunny start yet?
Wait, who's the other Batman villain?
Jim Carrey. Also, Dibs, yes, it's only set in Philadelphia. I forgot for how long, but now technically holds the record for the longest sitcom ever.
And isn't it still going?
Yes, Disney renewed like 4 or 5 extra seasons. It's insane.
Yeah, the new season just started.
2005, yeah.
So this is Buddy Hall, his new neighbor. Oh, this joke is actually kind of funny.
Oh!
Wait, don't worry. Most of it got away. So the cat is still alive.
What the fuck?
Thanks
Well,
for that on screen.
I'm sorry, I blinked. What happened?
He accidentally dropped the fridge on a cat.
But most of it got away.
Most of it.
I think
She always gonna love this movie.
She is typing on our blacklist.
Sure. It's still better than what he did to the cat in Batman Returns.
This movie's Rotten Tomato score is about to fucking change.
Actually,
Is that Carmen Diaz?
No, she's Christine Chenoweth.
Sure, in that case, all
actor.
right, sure. In that case, I can't resist. I need to ask.
Yeah.
So, what bothers you more, this bit or the bit in Musashi?
This bit.
Okay.
Also, Shira, I'm not sure how lower can you actually push it. It's apparently at 6%.
I'll make it lower.
Wait, is that Cameron Diaz?
No,
That's
that's already
sad.
That's already
okay.
and I can tell you, no, she's Christine Chenoweth.
She looks so much
Exactly.
I know she does look like Cameron Diaz. But
Let's
no.
see. Sorry.
But no, he's just got a southern accent instead.
Oh, she was in Rio 2.
Well, okay. Anyway, I have another one. Have you guys seen the 1999 movie Election?
No, never heard of it, actually.
It's a Matthew Broderick black comedy about the civic, where Matthew plays a civics teacher. And there's this big election at school that he has to run, and there's just the teenagers make his life hell. There's even this teenager that he secretly, feels attracted to, and he even fantasizes of her when he's having sex with his wife and everything. So
That is actually really good.
yeah, it is. And the reason Broderick works on that is because just like in Cable Guy, he's the straight guy to everybody else being the nut job, or at the very least eccentric,
Like from what little bits I've seen of the stage version of the producers. Actually, I think both the producers themselves are the straight men.
Alright, I think I already start to figuring out what the general idea of a plot is. The Matthew Broderick's family, is not perfect, but they try to keep everything in line. While Danny DeVito is the new neighbor who barges in and is very, much less organized and everything. So there's a conflict between the two families.
That kid is clearly having a reaction to what he's seeing right now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like seriously, that face he just made doesn't leave much to the imagination.
I mean, given everything he's been confronted with, yeah.
Look, he's starting to get to that age where he's starting to really get curious about this stuff. Just give him a break.
I just don't picture Matthew Broderick giving him the talk.
And I guess he really likes them tall, too.
Are we gonna have to deal with that in this movie?
I don't think so.
I'm giving him the talk.
God,
That's what I'm seeing so far. That's what I'm seeing so far. That's not really this kind of movie this is. So, I don't think so.
Pedro's actually more right. That's not exactly what they're going to go for.
That being said, Jova, like I said, that face doesn't leave much to the imagination.
No,
great, a car seller. Also, the twins were played by actual twins, Kelly and Sabrina Aldridge.
Oh my god. That guy, that looks like the same guy who played the guy from the Predator film.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, here's something, Dubs. Like you said, yeah, you heard it was good. It actually got nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay and got the Golden Globe, and nominated for Golden Globe of Best Actress for Reese Witherspoon.
So stop me if you heard this before. Danny DeVito plays a used car salesman in this movie.
Fair enough.
I don't get it.
Also, he kind of has the attitude for it.
Is that his character in It's Always Sunny?
It was his character in Matilda.
Because I thought you were making a making a Philadelphia reference.
Also, hilariously enough, if I understood correctly, that guy we saw, the trainee and everything, is played by Ryan Devlin. And guess what, Jove and Dej, guess what the character is actually called?
What?
Bob Murray.
Oh.
Why?
Really?
I don't understand
How?
Why?
Okay, for those who don't know, Bob Murray actually he recently passed away, the owner of a coal organization and not exactly the nicest person on the planet.
Okay, so the joke is that they played a prank on him to get him to sell a car to, well, the guy who owns the dealership.
Yep.
But, wait for the payoff. Okay. I will give this movie some credit. It does open up with probably its best jokes.
That's not reassuring.
That's the thing, though, Jennifer. Is that a good thing, though? When there's best jokes at the beginning.
Okay, we are about to get to one of the main, well, possibly the main driving factor of the movie eventually.
So I'm genuinely curious. Why did you pick this movie?
Well, I was thinking something different, and well, let's just say this movie is apparently one of the big Christmas ones that a lot of people watch.
I literally never heard until you actually mentioned it the first time.
Yeah, exactly. Where did you first hear about this?
It's the same thing that happened with Unaccompanied Minors like 3 years ago or something.
Oh my God, I remember that movie.
I've never heard of this movie either.
Okay, I'll admit, I first knew about this movie from my childhood. I later figured out that this movie is something of a phenomenon that a lot of people like to check out, but I won't spoil why a lot of people like to check it out just yet.
Did Nostalgia Critic review this?
It's like, here's the thing. I knew that this movie was a thing. What I didn't know was that it was like, as famous as it is.
Also, Pedro, maybe don't stand in front of the knife.
No, that's the thing. She came to him with the knife pointed at him.
I'm pretty sure he was in the way.
Look at this, Shirai, defending a war criminal. What?
So basically,
okay, pay attention to this. This is actually going to be a lead-in to
2000 seat SATA technology.
Okay.
Okay.
Isn't that illegal?
What?
Google Maps was not really a thing right now at this point.
I mean, she said that they're kind of we can watch our neighbors. Isn't that like?
Oh no! Okay. The thing is that what they're saying is that their neighbor's house can be seen from space due to how bright it is.
Okay.
Oh
my God! It's a Home Alone trap. Oh,
it's a This is symbolic, I guess.
Is it?
Because someone's life is broke. Movie, I'm trying to guess. So please, can you help me on this?
Don't worry, it's coming.
Oh my God! He wants to have as many light bulbs as possible to light up the house.
Okay.
I think I understand why I never heard about this movie until now. It probably is the most American thing you can imagine.
No.
Hey.
Okay. Hold on. Before you go, Dej, here's the thing. No, Tio, even Americans hate this movie for how first world problems it is. The main plot point of this movie, the big driving force, and yes, the plot that they do expect you to take seriously is that Buddy wants his house to be seen from space because he feels invisible, that nobody knows or cares about him. That
wife.
Does that count as a plot?
You
Not
know,
just that, I get the idea that this is going to spark a competition with Matthew Broderick's family, and I have seen and heard countless, direct-to-TV American movies that have this exact same plot just for different reasons.
so
Also, I just realized from this scene onwards, I have actually seen this movie.
Oh, God.
This plot does sound familiar.
yeah.
See, I just said, the competition who has the most lighthouse on their house. It's a typical American Christmas movie.
If it were just that, sure, but no, it goes beyond that. You may have remembered this movie getting a ton of advertising back in 2006. It's kind of like with our commentary of Zoom, where that... Oh God, was that also a 2006 film now that I think about it?
Yes, and just like that, I knew nothing about it before you brought it up.
Is 2006 a good year for movies?
I'm gonna hope so, because
I'll give a quick check that just to be sure.
Well, there was X-Men the last.
Okay, this dialogue, the movie. I get that this movie's trying to be quirky and witty, but it just the dialogue choices are really awkward. Really awkward.
Those are Prestige.
But yeah, so here's
the Prestige was great. Yeah.
Oh, go on, Jova. I'll check it out anytime.
The main problem is that Buddy does in fact want his house to be seen from space. And believe it or not, that is just the start of this movie's problems. I figured out that this movie is actually pretty infamous, and the reason it's apparently garnering popularity over each year is because a lot of people are fascinated to see what makes it so hated, what got it a 6% on Rotten Tomatoes, not to mention the fact that it had another bout of troubled production on set, which I do believe you wanted to mention, Dwibs. Why don't you go ahead?
Oh boy, this should be fun. So let me re-get the page up again.
I'll tell you this in the meantime. 2006 did not have a great opening because just in January we got to the Blood Rain movie, Hostel, The First Hoodwinked, and Big Mama's House 2.
Yeah, okay. To be fair,
Hoodwinked was good.
Also Underworld Evolution. Oh.
All right. So of the cast, I could actually tell you how many of the cast enjoyed working on this movie. Now for the cast who hated working on this movie. There was Matthew Broderick, who kept saying to himself, "I've hit rock bottom," during the shoots because apparently he was suffering. He was suffering depression at this point.
I'm sorry, Dwibs, quick side note. Matthew, you already did that with
Is that One Piece?
No. I'm going to say this, Pedro. This is worse than Inspector Gadget.
There was also Danny DeVito, who pretty much showed up, said his lines, then left. Kristen Chenoweth, who spent every day crying because she'd broken up with Aaron Sorkin.
Jesus.
And Kristen Davis said to Vigman, which one's Vigman again, Jova?
Vigman?
Vigman. Maybe that was a.
So basically, everybody was miserable making this.
Oh yeah.
The main leads.
Okay. Kristen Davis, the actress playing Matthew Broderick's wife, was told by Gillian. Was told Gillian Vigman, someone who plays someone named Goethe in this movie, to get her eggs frozen. Being a bloke, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I can gather it's not.
What
nice.
A bout of Christmas cheer, but yeah, okay.
Merry Christmas.
But yeah, let me just figure. So basically, Shuri, what you're telling me is that if someone hits you with a stick, it's your own fault for being hit with the stick. You should have moved out of the way.
Yes.
Don't you see, Pedro? It's like that comic. I feel sad for being enthusiastic, but the person who heard me probably feels happier. So
Shut the hell up, Shen.
The amount of happiness is equal. So whatever.
It's like what Johnny said in that one review of his. That person fell on my knife.
Oh, so there we go. Let's see.
That was during a during a playthrough of a game?
Let's see. There was the Heroes
Mario Maker
movie,
1 review.
Final Destination 3. There was a Pink Panther movie in 2006. I didn't know.
Yep.
Okay, so
Date movie. Ultraviolet. Huh.
Okay, so regardless of whatever this movie ends up being, yep, this is definitely this feels very 90s right now. Like this is the kind of thing you'd expect from a 90s family film.
Oh,
like,
came out in 2006.
Oh no, that's a poodle.
Oh, Tio, I just remembered the film from 2006. That's very memorable. Basic Instinct 2.
Oof.
So okay. Basically, so far, this feels like a 90s movie that only got made in 2006. Like, seriously, this is the kind of slapstick you would see in a 90s live-action movie.
But like I said, as a premise and everything, and even some of the directing, it's very similar to a direct-to-TV movie. You know, like those Hallmark kind of movies, just with more of a budget. Also, let me see. The Shaggy Dog. Oh, the one with the Tim Allen. Yes.
Okay, this
Before Vendetta was in March. That's okay. Thank you for smoking also.
There was also Pisidian.
This goes on for a while, by the way.
Basic Instinct. Ice Age The Meltdown. Scary
and he dies of hyperthemia.
Well, that was the Deck the Halls.
What a short movie.
All right, let's just pretend that he survived that.
Pretend this is Beyond Two Souls, just for a moment.
I don't even know the context of that.
You cannot die in Beyond Two Souls, Dej. You literally cannot.
What did you kill? What was it like that Simpsons Treehouse of Horror where Homer killed the Grim Reaper?
You can't even get hypothermia in the Arctic.
Oh my!
Well, Tio, it's not Danny DeVito in the shower
on, Pedro.
like
Oh my god, I have that same. Why is
Yeah, that was my reaction too.
From what I've read, this is actually a legit way
I guess
of helping someone.
I actually like that one.
Sleep's gone.
To be fair, from what I've heard, this is actually a legit way of helping someone warm up after.
Yes, sir.
It is, Joe. My problem is that the idea of me waking up with Danny DeVito naked right next to me doing that is something that I do not want to even...
Peter, you're just in denial. Come on.
You can't bear seeing his nipples again.
Yes, don't get me wrong. I love Danny DeVito. Who doesn't? But I love him platonically, okay?
All right, let's see. Oh, there was...
You can't hide what's
that
inside.
movie that Jova told me about. Hoot, Mission Impossible 3, Poseidon.
Snakes on a Plane.
The Da Vinci Code. Over the Hedge. X-Men The Last Stand, of course. The Omen. The First Cars.
Zoom. We did that movie as well.
Garfield, A Tale to Kid. The Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. 2006 is all over the place. Superman Returns, The Devil Wears Prada, Pirates of the Caribbean 2.
Actually, here's the thing.
The Water. Yeah, I get the gist. I will not go further.
So was 2006 better or worse than 2010?
I can tell you this. I can tell you this, Jova. Definitely more of a wild ride. Literally a lot of stuff.
And yes, Pedro?
Well, Shiroi, I will tell you this. Hollywood seems a bit too comfortable for me in terms of showing Danny DeVito's upper body, to be honest.
Oh, man, wait till you see Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Because you see his ass.
Along with many. Okay, so...
Again, what is up
and now I guess he's stealing their...
Danny DeVito's
literally stealing their electricity. Isn't this illegal?
It is
I'm
very...
pretty sure it's illegal.
And yet... And yet, the movie does expect you to like Buddy, despite him stealing Steve's electricity.
Okay. All right. Now, okay. I will be legit. I did find actually one good movie that came out in 2006.
The Prestige.
Cars?
That and Rocky Balboa.
There's also Cars.
Like I said, it's a bit more roller coaster because it's more like there were good movies, but also bad movies.
And also the first night at the museum. To be fair.
That applies to every year.
Well,
that is true, but
there was
also, for example, in
um,
1997, how the ratio was more in favor of bad.
There was also Aragon.
Yeah.
Isn't The Devil Wears Prada a good movie, though?
Yes, it is. Remember that remark that you said, okay, I don't know if you remember, Ishiri, but some of you at least said a particular remark about Glenn Close's character as Cruella in the first Underworld Mission movie and the implication of it. There's something similar to that extent also in The Devil Wears Prada.
Really?
All right, now you got me curious.
But yeah, now it's time to actually chop the tree. I guess it's a tradition as well. What are you, a schoolboy? Oh, man. Don't enable him. Also,
What is that?
supposedly gasoline, but it looks more like Pepto-Bismol.
I was gonna say it's.
That was the first Nanny McPhee movie. Wasn't that good? Wasn't that good?
I heard
that was fun. Yeah.
Also, don't eat the magentas, no.
All right, this one I haven't seen. Curious George, was this good?
It's based on a series, but I think it's about an educational series for little kids.
It's actually more of like a kiddie book series. And
okay,
damn!
how? Like, how did he cause the spark?
Apparently, he struck it so hard that it caused a spark. Yep, he was strong enough to do that.
And now you're causing a forest fire, possibly. Yep.
Oh, man, at least the smell is good, I guess.
Yeah, get the marshmallows out.
Ah, there's the Christmas spirit.
Hallelujah. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Mind you, Buddy was the one who may or may not have spilled the gasoline down there, so yeah.
Okay. So far,
like a poster shot.
All right. Okay. We are. Okay.
I have to say it.
We're like almost 1/3 of the way through this apparent comedy. How much laughter has there been from all of us combined?
There have been a couple of moments, but I have to admit it's very standard. I don't think it's outright horrific or particularly bad. It's just your traditional Christmas TV movie for me.
Not only that, but I'm sorry, I have to say it. Like seriously, the way Matthew Broderick and his family interact, like this movie is so white that it's blinding.
Yeah, you can also tell it. Oh, Jesus. You can also tell the fact that the actors had no chemistry nor had really major intention. The one that seems to be giving a shit the most is Danny DeVito, and like Boom said, he's just reading his lines.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Cool as Ice is still the most deadly white movie ever made, but this is definitely on dangerous levels of whiteness.
Honestly,
Wait. Is that the movie with the two dude figure skaters?
Blades of Glory?
No, that's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
No, sure. Cool as Ice was a movie that was an attempt to turn Vanilla Ice into a movie star. You can probably guess how that turned out.
Oh.
You know, it's funny you mentioned this being such a white movie, Pedro. Again, may I remind you, the main dilemma is that the character wants his house to be seen from space.
Yeah, that's the most white American thing I've seen in a while.
Come on, just ask Sword to cast Thunder a couple of times, or you should be fine.
This movie is too white, Pedro 2021.
Joe, I was looking at the cast. Nicola Peltz is apparently in this film.
Also,
yes.
I saw that. Also, Jorge Garcia, for some reason, buddy, wasn't Lost paying enough? What happened?
Maybe he was thinking about breaking away from Lost.
Teo. Those gambling debts aren't going to pay themselves.
Yeah,
I guess he actually did bet the defeated numbers.
No, he should have Easter because egg.
By the way, speaking of debt, did I mention that Buddy and his family are constantly in debt because he keeps going from job to job because he keeps losing interest in them?
Oh, and spending all the money on Christmas lights, probably.
No, sure. That's the thing. They already had to pay off some mortgage debts here and there, and that was before he decided to do the whole thing. So may I remind you, the main dilemma is off of a character who wants his house to be seen from space, and, damn whatever debt that puts his family in.
What are you doing, buddy?
That's the guy from Lost.
Yes, Jorge Garcia, one of the most notorious actors from Lost.
Why notorious?
His character is actually one of the more important
Grounded?
for the story. No, important for the story actually.
Yeah, because he was right. Because when they found out that the island was time traveling, he wrote a script for The Empire Strikes Back.
Anyway, though, let me put it like this. This movie starts off as just your typical bad, but when you factor in all the other starts and bits, that's when it starts to become despicable. Like, it's bad enough Buddy wants his house to be seen from space, but what makes it worse is that he's doing this knowing that it could put his family well out on the street and penniless here and there.
And yet, Matthew Broderick's character, instead of, actually trying to ignore the problem, he's actively trying to antagonize it.
To his credit, Tio, well, okay, he doesn't know it yet, but Buddy is literally stealing electricity from his house to do this as well.
Okay.
And believe it or not, it's only gonna get worse from there.
That wasn't necessarily mean. Like seriously, this woman is very passive aggressive. Like, seriously. But okay, so I'm checking. In 2006, there was also a movie called Larry the Cable Guy, Health Inspector.
Why?
I think I heard of that.
Because who should we get to play a health inspector? Larry the Cable Guy.
Pedro,
that makes sense.
Pedro, they made a
It's supposed to be ironic.
Pedro, they made a sequel to Jingle All the Way that stars Larry the Cable Guy.
Of course.
I think WWE produced it as well.
There was also
Disney's kind of like that.
There was also Walt Disney's The Wild. I never saw this one.
Yeah, I kept seeing some trailers. It was basically their attempt to compete against the Madagascar.
Oh, good. Mission Impossible 3.
Yeah, I did mention that.
Oh, yeah, my favorite.
I mean, it wasn't at the very least better than 2.
I think I remember saying I think it was just a little. It was barely better.
Is the joke with Germany has terrible Christmas song?
Seems like it. Oh, hey, Teo, guess what also came out in 2006? The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, I did mention.
No, I said the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, I mentioned also that. I was going through the chronological order.
And Dibs, Dej, guess what also came out in 2006? See No Evil.
Oh.
What the fuck? Okay, can you stop with this editing?
Okay, so to Steve's credit, he did try to ignore the problem, but now Buddy is literally stealing his own caroling group away from him with bells and whistles.
With this schizophrenic pop. Let me check who was the editor for this. Paul Hirsch. That quick sequence was a bit... Wait, he was an editor... It was a co-editor for the first Star Wars movie? Well, actually, the entire first trilogy.
Yes.
Why did... The last thing movie that he wrote for were The Mummy, World War Z, and The Nutcracker and the Four Realms. Oh my god.
Again, Teo, gotta support the family somehow.
Yeah, I'm with Matthew on this one.
How dare you call that man out for overcompensating? Dear sir, you are the bad guy.
Oh man, again, this is also one of those movies that are very judgmental, where they scold our main character for trying to have some common sense.
Oh my god,
Yep.
it's Christmas with the Cranks all over again.
Hey, Dej, it's fun fact. Some people actually refer to this as Christmas with the Cranks too.
Okay, I'm starting to lose track. Which character in this movie is supposed to be the straight, sane man?
Matthew Broderick, supposedly.
Seriously?
Well, Pedro, compared to Buddy, kinda, yeah, for now.
I guess. Oh, DreamWorks is Over the Hedge as well.
Yeah, also mentioned that.
That was good.
Oh God, the Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties.
Yeah.
It's like I asked Pedro, which do you think was a worse year for movies, 2006
Wait,
or 2010?
I also saw this guy somewhere else.
Well, I'm going through it. Oh, Superman Returns. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm going through it. I'll tell you my opinion when we. Okay. Oh, and
I swear, I saw this actor somewhere else.
Oh my god, lights on the house! What a novel concept!
oh, and Pirates of the Caribbean too. Well, at least it wasn't free. At least it wasn't free. At least. Monster House, Super Ex-Girlfriend. My Super Ex-Girlfriend.
Oh my
I heard
god,
of that.
is that the one with Uma Thurman?
Oh.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh!
What the fuck is? The answer to your question, Java, would be yes.
So, so you actually consider 2006 worse than 2010 in the movies?
I have to go for the entire list before I
I guess the entire part comes off. Yeah, there we go.
Like I said, Joe, I have to go for the entire list before I give it my verdict.
Wow.
Oh. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm losing. I'm this is quite the means for a movie that's supposedly a wholesome Christmas movie. It's very mean spirited.
Yeah, this guy's just stuck up. Clearly,
I can't wait to see the idea, Pedro, to showcase.
Wait, so I had to burn for a second. What happened to his door?
He actually managed to diverge them because he had to pass through different bands.
He was trying to get the help of some guy, but he wasn't paying attention properly. And Gary Chalk, why?
Oh my god, what is Gary Chalk doing here?
Money!
Again, Teo, we've money. Yeah, what
Gary, stop appearing in bad Fox movies.
Anyway, 2006 had Little Miss Sunshine. That was a great movie.
Yeah.
So
that one has Danny DeVito in it.
Yeah, it was mentioned earlier that the sheriff may in fact be a crossdresser. Of course, it was probably just a rumor that he's cross-dressing.
wow, there was also that superhero movie that Jova showed us,
Zoom, yeah.
You guys have been mentioning that movie a lot. Wasn't it really that bad?
Yes.
I forgot about it. And quite frankly, don't really care about seeing it all the time.
At least Gary Chalk was in the Sonic movie,
which was massively better, but still.
Plus, he was also in Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Underground.
Yes.
Yeah, he was Grounder and
Robotnik is back.
Also,
he wasn't Robotnik. He was John Baldry was Robotnik.
No, he was Robotnik in Underground.
Yeah.
Right, I about Adventures. Sorry.
How are you paying for this?
Oh,
this electric bill!
Remember,
Jesus Christ!
Sure, he's also stealing electricity from the neighbor.
That's more for the bill.
Sure. Listen to this heartfelt conversation about this.
I don't wanna.
Pretty much what she said. Certifiable. Pedro, all good ideas are crazy. I'm gonna make butter using mud. That's a crazy idea, but because it's crazy, it's good.
Of course, that makes sense.
Okay.
All good ideas are crazy, but not all crazy ideas are good.
Allow me. Here's the big problem with this screenplay. The writer is constantly trying to come across as... the writers are clearly trying to have their script try to be witty, snappy. The problem is when they try to have a clever line, they don't understand. It's clear that they don't understand dialogue at all.
He is literally putting together a live major scene. What does that even have to do with making your house be seen from space?
Apparently, Pedro, one of the writers, Don Reimer, sadly passed away, was also the writer for the Rio duology and Ferdinand. I guess his input was very little on this one.
But Ferdinand was good, actually.
That's what I mean. I guess his input in this one was minimal.
Okay, this is where things...
Competition time.
Well, okay, here's the stupid thing. See, he could have filed out a police report. The problem is that he was uncomfortable because the sheriff was cross-dressing, so he walked out on him.
Oh, great.
Yeah, did not age that well, this movie did.
That joke was old even in 2006.
Yes.
Also, let me see who plays the kid.
That was also the part. I know that a lot of people nowadays don't like that movie, but I enjoyed it.
I only heard of it. I don't think I actually ever seen it. Okay.
He said he referenced things that the general audience will
clap. Clap.
Oh, speaking of that, Dwibs. Guess what also came out in 2006? The Marine. So yeah.
Okay. To be fair, the Marine is hilarious.
Yeah, the Marine is actually fun.
Is it good?
Yeah. Well, put it this way, Jover.
It's fun.
Oh no, but put it this way, Jover. It's a better comedy released by 20th Century Fox in 2006 than this.
And this one, definitely. It's basically an 80s action movie that only got made in this year, basically.
Dylan Blue. There we go.
It was back when John Cena wasn't that good of an actor.
Just when you thought that the McAllister's house was overcompensating in Home Alone, this one makes that one look like it's a poor house by comparison.
Saw 3. Was that good?
Yeah, so the early Saw movies are actually pretty good. Yeah. Camel shit. Magnificent.
Brilliant.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, definitely direct to TV vibe.
That was a really bad time to take a sip of my drink.
Oh.
Fuck.
I'm just glad I wasn't drinking at that point.
For you, Shiro.
Okay, I'm
like
just going
right at that second. But go ahead, Pedro.
I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. I have a good one in 2006. Flushed Away. That was a good. movie.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I still have yet to see that.
By Aardman. It's made by Dave Bowershire, the director of the Astro Boy 2009 movie, and it's actually pretty good as well.
I love the Astro Boy movie.
It was supposed to be, originally stop motion like all the other Aardman production, but because of complications during development, it ended up being full CG.
It's one of my favorite Aardman films.
I don't know much about that. Okay, if it really is full CGI, they do a great job of making it look like an Aardman movie.
Replicate the stop motion effect, yes. There we go.
So, while Buddy actually was stealing his power, that is also an illegal act. And here's the real problem with the movie. So it starts off with Broderick being, the straight man, the one with the common sense. So in order to make it so that you hate him, well, it tries to make you hate him more than Buddy, suddenly they make him stoop to Buddy's level. And I'll be
There was also the Tenacious D movie.
Yeah, the pick of destiny. Also, this is basically plays on the same school of thinking that Mark Millar had for the original comic book version of Civil War. Both sides are wrong, and I hate them.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Really, this song?
Hey, guys, why don't we do a commentary off of that movie?
No.
What? No, you don't get to say no after Cat.
I didn't pick that one, Dej.
Regardless, you've seen worse.
Besides, I guess
the Generac Liquid Cooled 3000 generator. What the hell?
If there's something that you should be taking accounted for, Dej, is for last year's Star Wars Holiday Special.
Hey, there's another one. Happy Feet.
I haven't seen that film. Actually.
Yeah, Rocky Balboa.
That joke was just stupid.
Yeah, the humor gets progressively worse as the movie goes on.
I get the idea that even let's see, three writers again. I don't know anything about the other two, Matt Corbin and Chris Ord, but it feels as if nobody in the production cared about, about making this.
Oh, here's one. Not at the museum.
What was that cut? What was that dissolved to black?
That was the fate. Yeah, there was another one like that earlier.
There have been a lot of cuts to black for some reason, and I don't get
Paul,
it.
Mr. Editor Paul, buddy, were you really not caring when doing this?
Okay.
I guess not, considering the same year he also edited the Date movie.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh.
So Buddy got Steve a little Christmas gift.
I guess it's more camo shit.
The lights.
It's a bomb.
Aww. That's actually nice of him to do.
I'm also scarily telegraphing that the ending is gonna be some sappy, some sappy Kirk summation kind of thing, and say that inside all of us, we are really caring about each other, and we have to spend a good Christmas together.
And look, he even got him a new car. Bad as a legit good point.
I kind of like that joke. Stated jokes I usually tend to be funny for me.
This is
okay. Again, what's the punchline?
Okay, yeah.
Own me?
Oh, it's guilt tripping.
And you thought Buddy was so bad. How for shame on you, sweetie. Again, I tend to hate these kinds of films that literally treat the person with the most common sense like they're the villain.
And it has a lot of emotional manipulation. Apparently George S. Clinton was having fun. I guess then at least he was having fun. Oh, he literally stole the tree from the plaza.
Again!
Job.
Yes?
Job, if I remember correctly, you're a fan of Night at the Museum, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's a 2006 movie as well. So.
Yeah, Libs mentioned that.
And the final one is Children of Men, which a lot of people are like.
Is that the one? The one where it has the post-apocalyptic, not post-apocalyptic, but the apocalyptic future where women are sterile, so people are going extinct. Okay,
it's basically doing the Last of Us scenario.
I remember seeing a piece of it, but not its entirety, like back in 2007.
My problem with that movie is that the characters are not as fleshed out as they should. But
oh snap! Here we go.
Again, also, Ryan Devlin is actually a very prolific actor anyway. This was just another movie in his career. Well, he's mostly a TV actor. This was, he was in the Marmaduke movie.
So, you know how Buddy has an issue where he tends to lose interest in jobs, and that's what's constantly putting his family in debt?
The what movie, Theo?
I can tell you later. Go on, Jova.
Well, let's just see we're about to get about oops, I did it again.
Also, it's the Marmaduke movie. It's based on a comic strip.
Oh, here we go. So the problems are that he's a great salesman, but he hasn't really been putting a lot of work in and his numbers are low. Oh, God. You can tell they want us to take this seriously because they're playing the goddamn sentimental music.
This is just a really bad Christmas movie. So a Christmas movie.
Again, Shiroi.
Hold on, Shiroi.
Are you saying that Christmas movies are bad?
Hey!
No, yeah, hang on, wait a second. You know the kind I mean.
I was about to mention that the Hallmark, the direct-to-TV Christmas movie, something where a person needs to find the true meaning or find the real partner for Christmas or stuff like that. It's always the same.
Yeah, guys, you need to understand. There's Christmas movies, and then there are Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Okay?
What? You don't like the typical woman who made it big in New York City, then goes to her hometown and falls in love with the guy that teaches her the true meaning of Christmas?
I really hate that.
I don't know what movie people
Holidays, I actually know the title.
Okay. Now it's my turn to say I've never even heard of that movie.
It's boring at best and irritating at towards Jova.
Hey, Shiori, you want to watch that later?
Nah, I'm good.
Wow! You committed.
We're supposed to root for this guy.
Yes. Yes.
What the fuck? Okay, somebody needs to be the mature adult in this conversation, please.
I need an adult.
He was going to just call his lawyer, but, well, then Buddy made fun of him, and, well, we can't have that.
So we're going to have a competition.
Yes.
I was joking.
You jinxed it.
Thanks,
Literally,
Twix.
as I was saying that, the subtitle with that line came up.
This is stupid. Just sue him. You are in every right to sue him.
It's not about winning, Jova. It's about sending a message.
Which is involved in winning.
And the message
is... You gotta make the small boy cry.
So what you're saying, Deji, is everything burns?
So, again, just to point it out here, the movie wants us to side with Buddy against Steve. Even though, Steve has done his own stupid stuff, but let's be honest, at most that's been in, retaliation to what Buddy started. And now Buddy, when he figured out that Steve dared to mess with his electricity, after Buddy was stealing Steve's electricity, decided to get back at him by forcing his signature, forcing him to pay for a car that he wasn't prepared to pay for, and now possibly making him out to be an implicated criminal with a stolen tree. And again, may I remind you, his big dilemma is that he wants his house to be seen from space.
I'm about to say it. I can't believe I'm about to say it.
Say it.
I'm starting to miss the cats in CGI. God damn.
Are you serious?
I can make fun of them. This is just a waste of my time.
Holy shit.
Wow. Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to. Remember, Joe, I can side with Tail on that one because that movie was mostly just boring to me. This one, this one at the very least. Okay, I'm gonna put it this way. This movie is definitely really disgusting at points.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess the critics agree with you because this one has a lower critical reception on Rotten Tomatoes than Cats did.
I mean, yeah. See, the thing is, your distaste of that movie is entirely dependent on whether or not the visuals bother you.
You know what?
But this movie doesn't even have that. This movie will bother anyone that has any sense of taste.
Like you said, with Cats, I can make fun of it. I'm struggling to find material.
Well, clearly, the only thing we have left to do is to switch this off and watch Cats again.
Don't worry, guys. It's
Watch Cats again.
Don't worry, guys, it's gonna get worse. That said,
great.
Fantastic.
Sure, I'd rather just watch Arthur Christmas instead.
I mean, all I did was steal his electricity, force him to pay for a car that he probably can't even afford, and may have implicated him as a criminal, and suddenly he treats me like I'm the bad guy. Like, I'm gonna say this character is more despicable than the Penguin he played in Batman Returns.
Yeah, the Penguin actually starts more sympathetic.
Not just that. Every single person in this movie is an asshole. Like the wives, the husbands, like even the children to some extent. Like, what the fuck?
Boy, here we go.
Oh my God! Speaking of
hello,
bad Christmas
Sorry,
specials.
guys,
someone just restored the Star Wars Holiday Special.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Wait. What did you say?
Someone just restored the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, they restored it.
Let me guess. The punchline is that they're daughters or something.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Yeah, that punchline
No!
There we go.
Oh.
What the hell?
Oh. No.
Yeah. Let's just take this to
The
church.
next Kingdom Hearts word, everyone.
Holy water, holy water.
Yeah, the world of Deck the Halls.
And we cannot even have the Kingdom Hearts because Sora, we don't actually have seen parents for Sora to have this joke on.
Maybe that's what happened, Teo. Maybe Sora's parents were just like these people. That's so Sora's like, okay, this is my chance to escape.
Yorkie, get the fuck away from this movie while you can, please.
So, Theo, do you think this is just one of the worlds that never recovered from Ansem destroying it?
Considering the incompetence and the general mean spirited of the character, I get the idea they deliberately showcase the keyhole to the Heartless. So.
Okay, guys. Here's what happens. That's the islands, right? Which is actually not the proper world that they live in. That's actually the mainland that we see in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's actually the world of this movie. Which is why, again, Sora, Riku, and Kairi go to those islands to escape from this.
I didn't know that in Highlands were... Joba, just to know, is Massachusetts a mainland state or it is a coast?
Massachusetts is a state on the coast.
Oh, so it can be possible. Fair
I
enough.
love how the family can still cheer for him after he literally catcalled his two daughters.
Which, if I recall correctly, are also minors. Oh my god.
Why is that bitches down for a second?
Just imagine the video game that would have been based off of this.
I guess a mini game with sports and a stealth section when Matthew Broderick tries to get off the lights, but I'm struggling. I really am. Also, how did someone with the physique of Danny DeVito being able to skate this effortlessly? Me. I think I spent all the alcohol on cats. I probably should have conserved some.
You didn't know, Tia.
Yeah. Alright, I need to bust up that image with Roxas.
Yes, the bit stopped him.
Oh my god, this is like that competition with Stephen Bradbury.
Okay, and here we go. The big turning.
I guess Matthew Broderick is going to explode at this point.
Hey, Jova.
Wait, here we go.
And this is the moment where we're supposed to be sad for Buddy.
How dare you call out that man for everything he's done?
For that breakup, of course.
What? Well, it's
okay, it's not a breakup because they're not friends, but it kind of goes through that motion.
Again,
kind of.
Why is this movie trying to make us feel, oh, you're a jerk?
Again, you know, can you imagine this movie getting greenlit in 2020? Oh, speaking of which, that's a priceless family heirloom. I'm sure
This movie's incredibly tone deaf. It's just like this movie doesn't understand.
Oh, here we go. He's finally done it.
That's it, buddy. I'm leaving you.
Wait till you hear what he did.
You weren't supposed to buy one in the first place!
Again.
You better hope she doesn't get a hold of that chainsaw, dude.
Lady, I know it's good that you're calling him out, but you enabled this to this point.
That is true.
So finally somebody gets to call him out, and it's not, you know, the guy whose electricity he's been stealing. I mean, granted, she doesn't know he's been doing that, but still, goddamn. And yet, we're supposed to feel sorry for him. The movie clearly wants to, going off of that scene where, you know, Finch called him out, and yet everybody shook his head at him for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, can you imagine this movie getting greenlit in 2020? Alright, guys. What's a big thing that can help boost morale here?
I recognize this guy too.
What are you doing here?
Who is he, Pedro?
That's ever seen Harold and Kumar?
Or Dr. House?
Carl Penn, I think that's his name, the movie actor.
Yeah. Basically, like, okay, there you go, dudes. There's your random House cameo.
This was back then in the middle of his career. The same year, he was also in Superman Returns, as apparently.
But seriously, though, like, can you imagine this getting greenlit in 2020? Alright, guys. The world is a mess, and a lot of people are having troubles. How do we cheer them up with a good Christmas morale film?
Deck the Halls 2!
I know, we'll make a movie where the guy's main dilemma is that his house isn't seen from space!
Oh, goody. Let's shit on the nativity as well, why not?
Like, again...
The three wise men did not arrive until the 6th of January.
You know, I'll say this...
Yeah, that's why it's called Free King's Day.
I do feel like this is a movie that just becomes especially tone-deaf by the year of 2020.
I do distinctly remember there was at least a couple of Simpsons Christmas episodes that were basically exactly like this in terms of tone, as in the Simpsons are doing despicable things, but you're supposed to feel sorry for them.
I mean, at least there it's The Simpsons, but this one is legit wanting you to feel sorry for the man who wants his house to be seen from space. And mind you, his family's probably going to be penniless because he doesn't have a job. And yet
oh my god. Also, considering this is a practical effect and not CGI, how much actually in your life electricity did they waste on this?
I don't know.
I'm guessing he stole more than one neighbor's electricity.
Like, just... Again. You know, it was bad already, but when you come to when you come to the year 2020 and hell, 2021, when there's so much strife going on in the world, and then suddenly you get the first world problem to end all first world problems. Like, hell, I thought Tall Girl was all about first world problems. This is that to a whole new level. And oh no, his family left him.
Seizure, bloody hell.
Yeah, I was about to mention, even for me, it's getting very annoying. Ow!
Wow.
Unfortunately, I'm very tolerant.
Cover your eyes, guys.
I'm fine, actually. I'm actually surprisingly tolerant.
And now the party's over.
I usually am. This was a bit too much even for me.
For me, it's not like about being able to tolerate. It's like I actually cannot look at this.
Oh, I understand that. I'm just speaking like even compared to Teo, I seem to be very tolerant to this. It seems.
Maybe it's because I have enlarged enough the video.
Not that it makes it good, mind you. You still shouldn't do that, but yeah.
Anyway, guys.
Oh, great. I'll be in the Chipmunks. Why not?
Also, please, it's 4 a.m. I'm trying to go to sleep.
Also, dear, how dare you be angry at that man for blaring his music and shining lights so bright that they go in through the window at us?
Is this Crime Alley?
Where are you going?
Oh, it's a drug exchange joke.
You're the guy.
Let me see who plays him.
Is he going to have him assassinated?
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, fireworks. I don't know how the laws of regulation for fireworks are in America, but in my country they are very specific. Not in the sense that they're strict, but you have to be specific on what kind of fireworks you want to operate.
Yeah, round it's the same round here too.
So he wants to shoot them at Buddy's house, essentially.
And as a general rule of thumb, of course, if there are too many... Oh, wow. That's
Wait.
The atomic word.
The atomic warlord?
To be fair, that's probably the most American firework you can imagine, I guess.
Does not become that 4th of July Tom and Jerry cartoon at this point. Like, what the hell?
I get the idea they want to recreate that kind of slapstick, but there's just no energy.
No. Hey, Jova.
Oh, no. Yes,
oh, no.
Major?
Considering that whole, Matthew Broderick thought he hit the rock bottom with this one, like Liz mentioned, probably he's constantly saying to himself over the course of this movie, no, I gotta get out of here.
Well, this can only end well.
He literally wants to bomb the shit out of his house.
Remind me again, Jova, who's the good guy in this story?
No one. It's as simple as that.
At this point, no one, yeah. Still, you mentioned someone asked for a video game adaptation. I can see this as a potentially fun level, I guess.
That said, this is incredibly illegal.
Yeah,
that should be fun. Sora throwing fireworks into Danny DeVito's house.
Oh, well, I've seen enough.
Of course.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Like,
here we go.
Yeah, they really want to recapture the routine of a cartoon.
Hey guys, it's just like the cop said yesterday. It's like goddamn 4th of July.
That's a terrible idea.
What are you even trying to do?
Oh no!
Get out of the house, lady. Get out of the house.
You're in for a wonderful Christmas surprise.
And you just killed your wife. I hope you're happy.
Is that a new MTV show? Oops, I didn't know I killed my wife.
That was weird.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Cabinet. Yeah, exactly.
Honey, I'm leaving you. Like, seriously.
Yay.
Mostly I'm just laughing at the absurdity of everything, to be honest.
You kind of have to at this point.
Yeah.
That's the defense mechanism.
I know.
That was a military-grade firework.
By the way, you're under arrest for... No?
I'm not sure the sheriff is caring at this point.
Get it? Because he actually wears panties.
Why did you waste that Gary Chalk for this malarkey?
Yeah. Sorry, honey, but I'm leaving you.
I mean, guys, the punchline is that since both their wives and their families are leaving their respective husband, they're gonna end up spending the Christmas with themselves. And discover that they're not so antagonistic to each other after all.
Wait. The only jerk around ruining Christmas is him.
Okay, don't get me wrong. He is a jerk and he's ruining Christmas, but it's not just him. It's both of them.
Blackberry.
Now that's a word I haven't heard in a while.
Considering this 2006 is kind of like the equivalent of the Civil War comic where the journalist asks about Captain America doesn't use his MySpace.
Oh my god, that comic also came out in 2006 now that I think about it. God.
I get the idea it was a thing. The internet was ramping up, starting to ramp up, so a lot of pop culture and media was trying to be hip with the times, but ended up being super dated as a result.
You know, I love how this is her biggest problem with him and not the fact that he nearly murdered them all with a military-grade
He nearly
firework.
blew up their house.
I was wondering why.
Congratulations, Matthew. That was almost acting.
How what was that, Deji?
I forgot I put myself on mute again.
Oh, he's as bad as me.
To be fair, there was background noise. I didn't want you guys hearing it.
That's fair.
I was saying 2006 was not a good year in general, huh?
So it turns out Buddy wasn't even home when he shot fireworks at his house.
What the hell is that? Oh, now he's discovering the electricity.
No.
Oh.
I mean, at least he can say he didn't bankrupt his family and lose his job over the most first world problems, buddy.
Wait, what are we watching? I think I recognize this.
That's a Christmas movie, probably.
Probably.
I'm not quite sure what that movie is.
For a second there, I thought it was Home Alone.
Huh. Be funny if they're watching the scene of Home Alone where Kevin's watching another movie.
The irony.
What movie was this supposed to be?
Is this White Christmas?
Might be, I don't know.
No, White Christmas does end up with snowing, so... Oh.
So he's taking it down because he realizes that maybe things have just gone a little too far.
Just maybe.
Just maybe.
You know, kudos to the composer of Mortal Kombat trying to make this work, but I'm sorry, dude. At this point, it's just...
You know, this hasn't angered me or anything like that. I'm just more mundane to this whole thing.
It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I do have a perfect summation, but I'm waiting my final thoughts.
I think I can see why this movie is pretty much one of the classic terrible Christmas movies. Okay, it's a movie that tries to wag its finger at the whole commercialization of Christmas here and there, while very much damn well doing it itself.
Apparently, Pedro, one actress that appears as a cameo in this, Jackie Burroughs, apparently was a pretty important character in a series, while not being necessarily tied to Anne, was also taken from the novels of Lucy Maud Montgomery, called Road to Heavenly.
Oh, Road to Heavenly. Okay, that's that's part of the prequel stuff too.
Get it? Because they're bimbo stereotypes.
I mean, stereotypes are fine. It's just you need good writing.
Yeah, this was like overplayed even at this point.
I think I recognize also what they're watching. I think it was It's a Wonderful Life.
No, it was The Miracle on 34th Street.
Okay, the original.
It's a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Should have chose that one.
No, it's not whimsical or anything. It's still stealing a lot of electricity.
But
Fuck off.
This is light pollution.
And get this, they somehow set all of this up in less than a day. Because it's the same day.
I mean, they're smart enough. That considering what they've done.
Again, you
just have to roll with it.
No.
This really is direct-to-TV Hallmark quality. Who in the right mind at Fox thought it was a good idea to give this a theatrical release? And the theatrical release was at the end of November, not even on Christmas.
Wow.
How well did this movie do?
I told that at the beginning, 51 million budget, 46.8 million recouping. I think it's still too much. The fact that, again, he knew zero marketing about this event, a sizable amount of people still went to see this. Jesus.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, yes. Oh yeah, what was that? Oh, fried chicken at least.
How lovely of you.
The new cookbook included fried chicken.
Oh, he got the vase back.
This isn't the payoff you think it is.
I mean, I know.
And it would be in a better movie.
I just want to remind you, he still is without a job. They've spent God knows how much on
it's a
those
small
decorations.
step.
Their house
I think you're being too mean to this movie. This is perfectly...
I know it's Christmas, but please stop
that sentence.
Let me just do a recap. Their house is big enough to make the McAllisters look small by comparison. He has no job. He has sunk God knows how much money into a live manger scene and Christmas lights galore to light up more than an amphitheater stadium. And this is a happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
What a Christmas miracle.
So my biggest question in this is that are we gonna dare to end on a sequel bait?
No,
I doubt it.
Usually these Christmas movies don't do that. Usually these Christmas direct-to-TV quality movies do not end on that. But I wonder, considering they wanted this to be special or something.
No,
I don't know.
But hey, look, But hey, look, now it's all fine, We realize the true importance of Christmas, so we can at least settle down and have a quiet enough ending.
So why is the movie 10 minutes away from ending then?
Hopefully, it's just the credits.
Well, about that, Pedro. Yeah, I know how we said that, it really is a stupid thing to make the main dilemma of this movie a man who wants to see his house from space, but somebody on the film company went, you know what? Screw it. We're going all in. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you the climax, where we have to help Buddy's dream.
Let me guess. The rest of the town helps him. Oh my god.
Why would they be helping them? They've done nothing but cause disruption.
Because it's the spirit of Christmas.
These people could be helping homeless people. Maybe, donating to charity here and there. Possibly just, I don't know, helping proper goodwill here. But nah, the true goodwill was helping this family have their house be seen from space.
Pedro, your description of this movie from earlier on is absolutely right.
Which one?
This being too white.
I could say, but it probably. I need to ask permission from you guys to say it.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
No. I want to type it out.
Sure, a question. Have you ever heard of Vanilla Ice rap?
Yes.
Because now imagine a whole movie trying to make that guy into a movie star. Imagine how
probably rather take that over this.
Oh no, yeah,
at least in that, as much as it's a badly written, Vanilla Ice is depicted as someone who's trying to be, beneficial to the community.
It should be impossible.
Row, fight the power.
Basically to answer you.
Also, MTV News.
Yes.
Go back. Show me the next Green Day video clip. Come on, man.
Yeah, play music like you were meant to.
Thanks, kid.
They have VH1 now for that.
We're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna do it.
Together, because we're Deck the Whole heroes.
Well, I guess it's still better than YouTube heroes. And yes, that was a thing.
Shut up. Shut the hell up.
Oh, you remember that?
Well, yeah, I want you to shut up.
I don't know that.
Let me guess. It still works in the end.
Nope, actually.
Okay, YouTube heroes. It's basically, hey, you know why everyone hates YouTube?
Are you kidding me? Oh no, please.
Yeah, they're gonna use that phone. How does this work?
Guys, this is not a vigil.
Can you remind me again why you decided to pick this year? Is that the secret revenge plot for me picking the Star Wars Holiday Special last year? I wanted at least for you to be entertained with that.
No, guys. No. To quote Loki, are you not entertained?
No, I'm not.
Drunk.
So you see, guys, the moral isn't technology. It's all about being together.
You know what?
Go away, Shigesato Itoi.
You know what? I'm so done. I'm just going to answer too. Basically, to answer you, while Kevin Sullivan was making all those miniseries from the first two books and that fanfic he went on to make, he also produced a TV show called Road to Heaven. Think of Kevin Sullivan as the Peter Jackson to Anne of Green Gables' Lord of the Rings, basically. He was the one that tried at the most to actually have the entire thing. Yeah, basically. Well, suppose you'd think.
Again, the most.
Not even the most, only the first two books. After that, he went off on his OG fanfics.
Oh.
So,
Wait,
Also, Deji, I agree. I completely
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Wait, let me see.
No, you're right. You're right.
Honestly, you know what? Yeah, go ahead and say it, Des. It applies.
Okay, fine. I'll save it for final thoughts.
But at least they're now friends, and it's all
That being
good.
said-
You know, it's not about having to see your house be seen from space. Sometimes it's about the togetherness, and it's about the true Christmas togetherness and joy. It's about the honest, honorable feelings of truth,
Stop.
love,
Jova.
compassion, and togetherness.
And alcohol, lots and lots of
And
alcohol.
pushing away Danny DeVito.
Don't you see, though? It wasn't about the lights in the end.
It's about punching
Shut
the
the
light
fuck
out of
up,
somebody.
Boomer.
be great. To put it, that being said, Teo, that's the thing. Road to Avonlea isn't even based on anything. Like it's just based on other novels.
Yeah, like,
than
that's what
Alice.
he said.
Oh
Not
god, here we
fine.
go. But screw you! It actually is about finally getting to be seen from space.
Wow, they're literally doing the perpetual energy joke from Cow and Chicken. Like,
Imagine all the neighbors that were just trying to sleep at night, and now there's a bout of lights bright enough to be seen from space. Yeah, I'm sure everyone's going to enjoy that. Enjoy your 5 minutes of fame as you now have to eventually live out on the streets without a job and in debt for all those lights, jackass.
Don't you see, Jova? It's the Christmas miracle everyone wanted, and people do not sleep on
Yes.
Christmas Eve.
Now joy to the world and everybody hug.
No.
well, you're proud of them. Like, whatever.
Why do I get the feeling this would encourage
Wonderful
more?
news, the movie is almost over.
Why do I get the feeling this would... Okay, the end.
Yeah, it just says, yeah, there you go, Pedro.
Even the ending screen is, yeah, even these credits. This reeks so much a direct-to-TV movie.
Nope, it had a budget and everything.
Oh, great, Netflix is telling me I can watch only yesterday.
Never heard of that one.
You know, only yesterday is one of Takahata's Ghibli movies.
Seriously, though, no kid. I can definitely believe Matthew Broderick when he mentioned being at the end of his rope for this.
There's like I said, we've been watching Ghibli movies over like a month now, so Netflix is now under the impression, like, hey, here's another Ghibli movie for you to watch. Yeah, I definitely wish I was watching that instead.
I have a hint. There's no post-credit scene, so Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito will not be invited to the Fantastic Four initiative. So
you never know, Tio, but yeah.
Danny DeVito as MODOK.
No. Dej. Danny DeVito as Peep the Troll. I know that we technically have an actor now for Peep the Troll in the MCU, but it still would have been great.
Does it not fill you with the Christmas spirit and joy as a man who has now made his entire family penniless, and as soon as Christmas is over, will have to take down all those lights, taking hours upon hours, and then having to scrounge up a job, can now have his house be seen from space, thus disturbing the peace and quiet of everyone who lives there, and possibly blinding anyone who dares to be too close. This is quite the esoteric happy ending, everyone.
Brilliant.
Why this music again?
I just closed it.
Whatever. So who wants to start the final thoughts?
Shiroi.
Actually, yeah, go ahead, Shiroi.
All right, yeah, this was very, very crap, and it might actually be worse than Cats, not gonna lie.
Wow.
I mean...
Cats was just whatever to me, to be honest with you.
Cats was very bad to me, honestly, but this is just like, they're legitimately trying to get us to buy this. Like, I can't root for, like, it's not even the case that, you know, a likable asshole kind of thing. No, they literally want us to like this guy as a likable person. He's not. And,
Dickhead.
yeah, it's like, well, they're all dickheads, but it's like there's varying levels of dickheadery, I guess. Like, bloody hell, it's just so obnoxious. It really is just, the problem that this movie presents isn't even a problem. It's just, it's like Tio said several times, this is definitely a Christmas movie. You know, I don't really like anyone in this movie. like both male leads are pretty terrible. Like the other characters aren't really around enough. Could have gone my whole life without seeing that one joke, the saying "who's your daddy" to your daughter. Could have completely done without with that. Your underage daughter, by the way, like
it's even better. Says Fox executives.
Were Fox the same one who collaborated with Happy Madison?
When interrogated, the Fox executive said that this was all the plan.
Yep.
Yeah, the music is just, typical for this kind of movie. I'm surprised that this movie, I am actually surprised that this was in the cinema, but also not surprised at the same time because, yeah, a lot of people will watch this kind of thing at Christmas, even if it's not good.
That's the thing. This movie's kind of become popular for how terrible it is. Like, people hear that it's bad, they see that it got 6% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, 30% from viewers. So, yeah, it's kind of become one of those legendary bad Christmas movies, apparently. Again, it's like me when I came back to look at Zoom after seeing it all those years ago. It's a lot more bad than I remembered it being as a kid.
I think that's all I have to say, really. It's just bad. This is very bad.
Are you saying, Shuri, that you don't feel sorry for a man who wants to have his house be seen from space?
No!
Well, you monster!
And I don't feel all that sorry for the wife that enabled him either.
But don't you see, Shuri, she was A-okay until he sold her family heirloom.
Ugh, no. None of this is okay. This movie is not okay. Anyway, I'm done.
I guess you can live knowing that they probably are living penniless after that happy ending.
That ending was just... I'm done. I'll leave it at that.
Dwibs.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The most fun I've had watching this movie was like one joke about Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's literally it. But other than that, for a supposed comedy, this movie is not even, aside from the Massachusetts bit, this movie is not even remotely funny at the slightest bit. There was no thought. There was no likable characters. Hell, not even like the good kind of dislikable characters. Everyone is just a bloody arsehole. And it's not funny. The music's just kind of generic, to be honest. And it's shot like a direct-to-DVD movie, not a theatrical release. And damn, I mean, I think even Matthew Broderick deserves better than this. Never mind just Danny DeVito and the other cast members.
Like, can you see now why he said he had hit rock bottom during the making of this movie? Aside from the depression thing, but seriously though, like I said, this is worse than the Inspector Gadget movie, I will say.
I will say also worse than the Godzilla 1998. Again, at least I can make fun of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of fish and all that.
Not just that.
Here's the problem with a bad comedy. Normally with bad movies, the idea is that they end up being unintentionally funny. But when you get a bad comedy, something that fails at being funny, what do you have then?
You have a comedy movie that's not funny. There you go.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I'm done. This is definitely the joint worst of these Christmas movies of this year that we've done. Next to Time of Cats.
All right, I'll go next. Why not?
Go on, Gio. Your diagnosis.
My time is wasted in this world. I thought you'd rather let me go. I was like, wasted but to you and whatever.
Oh boy! The rest of the lyrics. Imagine getting this movie and that game for Christmas.
I mean, it does contain some raunchy, questionable sexuality raunchy jokes, so why not? God. again, I'm pretty sure I expressed my disdain for this thing throughout the entire movie. This is not a theatrical release movie. And God, I can only imagine the seizure. Didn't we put a seizure warning potentially for this in theater? Because every scene with the lighthouse towards the second, from the second third to the end, can potentially be very obnoxious, I normally don't care about these kind of manages to stay put with this kind of thing, but some flashes were a bit too much even for me, Jesus. Still, again, this is not a theatrical release movie. Whoever decided at Fox that it was a great idea to do it clearly was just time to waste, or, had slot to fill in for the rest of the year. I really wonder, because it's not even mentioned how much about the development of this. The only thing that we know was that the original title was to be called All Lit Up, which, yeah, it does fit. And most of the movie was filmed in Canada. What a surprise! Fox production filmed in Canada. But yeah, the movie ranges from just being mean-spirited to just having everyone unlikable, and at the end of the day, you're like, well, what is it? And it just ends on that note that Jova mentioned. Just, who is this movie even for? Christmas enthusiast that likes these kind of movies will just watch them on TV, because every single year we get these stupid Hallmark quality movies, When we have the gross out weird shit, like with the camel and the tasteless jokes, like with the catcalling and the Gary Chalk's sheriff character cross-dressing. The whole then we have the weird cameo like Jorge Garcia, or Ryan Devlin, which are just almost passive in the movie. It really does feel more like an Happy Madison production, not gonna like in some cases. And again, you know what's the punchline of this? Mm-hmm. John Whitesell, the director, did last year, in October 28, 2020, a Netflix movie called Holiday, which seems to be kind of like a spiritual successor to this, just in a more low-key way.
Seriously?
It even has Christine Chenoweth again as a supporting character.
And wait, and you're saying that it's the spiritual successor to this movie?
Seems to be, because it seems to be that, because, okay, what it has different actors aside from that to one that I mentioned, it's still the same director, and it seems to be that it wants to be on similar notes, as in, direct-to-TV quality Christmas movie just for Netflix. Because again, as usual, Netflix, you're greenlit until we decide to cancel you.
Oh boy. Oh my god! And it came out in 2020. I mean, like I said, can you imagine the outrage of this if this movie had come out in 2020, with people going through problem after problem? And then you got this sad Christmas picture about a guy who just wants his house to be seen from space and is willing to bankrupt his family financially to do it.
Again,
you would never hear me complain about the end of it.
Again, I will take this. I will take Godzilla 1998 over this, because again, Matthew Broderick, like Cheery and the others mentioned, Matthew Broderick did not deserve this. Again, I don't think he's a good actor overall, aside from what Pedro mentioned, but he did not deserve this movie. Then in the video, you can tell that he's just passing through because he had a better career and was not caring what was going on. But you can kind of tell Matthew Broderick didn't want to be on set, and he had to play this miserable role where he passes from being the hitman to be an asshole on his own. And at the end of the day, everything is hunky-dory because fuck off. I could easily telegraph the plot points of this movie bit by bit, because again, not Hollywood, but American movie making, it's always like this. It's always like this. Every year we get this movie in different types of sauces, and they just never stop coming. Jesus Christ. thankfully this bombed, and again, I get now the no pressure at all for Disney to just wait until putting this on Disney Plus. We'll see what happens. Can you even imagine if secretly Disney, when putting Disney Plus, it becomes a huge hit and they decide to make a sequel just because we think it will make money?
And that's the thing. That's the thing. This movie might get a lot of traffic, but for all the wrong reasons. The only reason that people flock to this one, is biofascination. Like, people hear the legends of this Christmas film, they come around to see it, and they are often not disappointed because, look, I'll say it, this movie deserves to be on all those worst Christmas movies lists. Like, because, again, it's a Christmas movie literally centering around first world problems, like... And not only that, it takes them seriously to the nth degree.
But that's pretty much it. Pretty much everyone is wasted in this movie. The actors, all of the actors, even the cameo ones, the development team, because as Pedro also noticed as well, Don Reimer can actually be a good writer if he wants. So, sorry, could, my bad. Still, this clearly felt just a job that everyone was doing just for a paycheck, and that didn't even paid off. So, congratulations, I suppose. I have also another thing to notice, but that will be when we have to transition to the final destination.
Dej, go next.
So, I can safely say this is White People, the movie.
Don't you mean...
Directed by an out-of-touch boomer.
Don't you mean White People Problems, basically. The movie?
Yeah, White People Problems, the movie. Sorry. I'm tired.
So, Dej, excited to see this world in Kingdom Hearts 4?
It's beginning to look a lot like a white movie.
Come to think of it, were there any black people in this movie now that I think about it?
No, only in group shots and occasionally Java. That's the usual standard for a movie around this time.
Yeah. Anyway, carry on, Deji.
Why would black people even want to be in this movie? Exactly. Like I'm white and I'm white and I want this movie away from me. So.
Maybe this is like the Titanic, where it's a hidden blessing.
You see, I kind of understand what they're trying to go. That it's a conflict. We're both on the wrong, but clearly Danny DeVito's character is the most in the wrong, considering he stole electricity, stole a Christmas tree,
stole a car, technically.
The first thing he did to his neighbor...
And stole a car, yeah.
The first thing when he met his neighbor was steal his newspaper.
Attempted
to steal it.
It's okay, though. At least he didn't drop a fridge on the cat. Most of it got away. You still gonna lower that Rotten Tomato score for that, Shiroi?
How are you stupid enough to drop a fridge on a cat? That's all I want to know.
Again, Shiroi, most of it got away, so we can assume the cat is still alive.
I'm guessing just the tail was missing, or a leg. I don't know.
Probably the tail.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But, again, I get it. It just, none of this feels sincere, earned. It's like, what happened?
That's a good question. I mean, it sounds like this is one of those developmental hell films.
It feels like, we should feel bad, but it's like, no, we shouldn't. We shouldn't. This is all... terrible. Not the worst movie that we've seen. It doesn't anger me. It's just white noise. Like, okay. Yeah, I see what
Tell me, Dej, are you feeling nostalgic for the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Actually, do you guys want to watch this since we're done? Because it's uploaded better quality.
Go on.
He didn't say no. But overall...
No, I said no. I was just muted.
Overall, no, this movie sucks. And you can tell that nobody wants us to be here, but they did because it was a paycheck. And that's literally the worst type of thing that you can do for a movie. Yeah, anyway. Bye.
Pedro.
The movie's tone deaf as all hell. It doesn't understand how to create a proper conflict that is enjoyable. And the jokes are terrible. And the direction is flat. The music is whatever. Nah, it just doesn't work. It's just a generic bad white Christmas movie. It really is.
So, would you say it's even whiter than Vanilla Ice?
No. I mean, for as white as this is, whenever Vanilla Ice starts rapping, the whiteness in that, you really have to close your eyes, otherwise you'll go blind from how white that guy is. So, it's terrible. It's absolutely god awful. Like, it gets you're literally watching the writing deteriorate consistently, progressively over the course of these 90 minutes, because at first it doesn't seem so bad, but then it gets progressively worse and worse and worse and worse and worse with every single joke that gets made.
Yep.
And it's just, and it gets to a point where you're just like, you're just wishing for this thing to end. It's just
on
terrible.
This question, Pedro, which do you think is worse, the god-awful jokes or the part that the movie actually does want you to take seriously, i.e. the dilemma?
Like I said, this movie's tone deaf as fuck. The movie thinks this is... oh, don't you see? We made this dinner for you. So all that shit that we've been doing that made you go away is now suddenly okay. And the wives, for some reason, fall for it. Because, the script tells them to. So, it's so basically, yeah, it sucks. This movie in a lot of ways feels like a 90s shitty Christmas movie that only got made today. Sorry, not today, 2006. So, yeah, it really is weird that you'd think by this point, outside of direct-to-video stuff, we would have been over this, but I guess not. So, yeah, this was terrible. Moving on.
YOLO.
Well, I told you guys that it does get worse and worse, and, well, look at what it snowballed into. This is one of the worst Christmas movies I've ever seen. Like, I'm not quite... Okay, I know I've seen snippets of it as a kid, but I never saw the thing in full, though I can't believe Shiroi did see this actually back in the day. I'm curious to know what your thoughts were back then.
Well, not so much back in the day, like just a few years ago when you just shove on the TV and there's like random Christmas movies on kind of thing. You don't really pay attention to them. They're just there because, it's Christmas. Let's have some Christmas shit on.
Of course. So,
that kind of thing.
I'm guessing you didn't really pay much mind to it back then.
No, not really. This is the first time I've just sat and watched it properly.
And going off of your reactions, it was a rip-roaring time.
It was a time.
As in, you want to rip it to pieces while roaring to the heavens.
I'm gonna tear down those lights.
Yeah, no.
Humbug.
This movie, holy cow. This is the movie that may make you consider, maybe Scrooge had a point after all. Like, holy cow. Again, it was bad enough, but now that I have the baggage of 2020 and 2021 weighing on me, this movie just becomes, like Dad said, white people problems, the movie, to such a ludicrous degree. So let's start off with this. The character that the movie wants us to sympathize with is Buddy. Oh, until he sells off his wife's family heirloom, then we're allowed to be mad at him. Maybe the movie could have said it stuck to its guns about not being about the commercialization, but then, at the ending, they actually go for the climax of making it so that his house can be seen from space. Just, wow. Goodness, wow. Look. I don't want to be one of those people who are like, oh, well, you have it better than a lot of those starving children in Afghanistan sort of folk here. But I'll just say this, my dude, you have a pretty nice house, all things considered, and a loving family. I get it, you may feel invisible here and there, but something that literally bankrupts your family is not a good idea. Hey, when Walt Disney had a midlife crisis, he made Disneyland. I mean, sure, a lot of people called him crazy back then, but at least Disneyland was something that gave people jobs, helped make money, did something productive with his life here and there. This guy, it's not making him money. It's not helping his family. In fact, like I said, it left his family penniless, yet we're supposed to cheer this on like it's a happy ending. Like, what kind of sick, twisted writing scheme is this? And that's not even getting into how they constantly dump on Matthew Broderick's character, and it's like, yeah, he does become an asshole eventually, but up until that point, he was in the right. And it's to the point where the movie shames him for saying, oh, Buddy's house won't be seen from space, after Buddy has already committed 3 several criminal acts on him. And yes, in typical Mark Millar fashion, in order to make Buddy seem somewhat like someone we could side with, they have to drag Steve down to his level. And like I said, the families aren't exactly great themselves either. Steve's family is kind of a dick to him, even though he is trying to keep the family togetherness. And Buddy's family, well, they enabled him. They don't exactly get to play holier than thou when, oh, suddenly now he's going too far. Oh, God. And yes, a lot of the jokes have aged to be very tasteless. In fact, some of those jokes still were tasteless even back then. The cross-dressing bits and how that causes Steve to walk out. And of course, the who's your daddy bit. Christ. And like I said, it makes no sense for there to be a live major scene. Except we just really wanted a poop joke, so, there we go. It's incredible how this movie encompasses not just what makes a bad comedy movie, not just what makes a bad Christmas movie, but it really does have all the ingredients there. Terrible production cycle, drawn out production cycle, everyone on the set being miserable, a budget that was, well, not even made back. Like, I mean, it couldn't even make back the initial budget, let alone double it. It got ravaged by practically everyone who watched it as a god-awful film. This encompasses everything. It is a nirvana of terrible cinematic excellence.
Oh, wow, what a big word.
Yeah. Okay.
Bending your vocabulary there.
Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, I know, look, Dej, I played Ace Attorney too. You don't have to hit on me like that. But
also, he's still fresh from the Game Awards. He was just amazed by the choice of words that Jeff did before the trailer of Hellblade 2.
Okay. Look, this movie, there's only so many ways that can be said that this movie is terrible, god-awful, and absolutely despicable. I'd say we've done a good job in taking it down a notch here and there. So, Tio, you think you got something to rouse the Christmas spirits after this,
I'm sorry,
treasure?
I'm sorry. The real problem, Jova, with this movie, all these Christmas round, it's for a simple reason. None of these movies, none of these actors, and none of us guys, well, none of you guys, has actually had the decency to grow the fuck up. Everyone acts like a fucking child. So you know what? I'm taking this back to London, where we started with Cats, with less feline malarkey, and hopefully, by the time of Christmas, all of you will have fucking grow up. There's nothing, and that's the end of it. Not even a handsome firebender can actually save you from this. Got it? Go.
Got it. Okay, I'll get the sleigh ready. Off to London we go.
We'll see you eventually if, hopefully, there's less pirates interference for Christmas Day. See ya.
I hate it when that happens.
See ya.